Welcome to part 2 of the Poor Man Cycling Training Camp. Today I'm going to bring you along for my ride and give you my top 10 tips for surviving training camp, getting through it in the best shape possible and coming out the other side pinging. So let's get after it. A bit of a damp start to day 6 of the training camp, but it is the weekend. Woo! It's time to get some endurance in, and with that I said I'd talk through my top tips, tricks, and these are all things that I've either failed with in the past which have messed up my training, or things that I really try and implement and focus on over this block, which takes me to number 1, setting an achievable target goal for the block. It doesn't have to be like high volume, although a lot of training camps are, and that's what I focus on. It's my chance to get the endurance dialed, get some volume in. It might be something else for you, but just set something achievable. If you're sat on the sofa right now eating a chocolate bar waiting to hit the keyboard and say you're definitely going to burn out from all this training, then jumping in and doing a 20-hour week and thinking you're Tadej Pogacar probably isn't the way forward. So if you've only been doing like 3-hour weeks, don't go and jump in, be an idiot and start smashing out a 20-hour week. You're probably not going to survive it and get ill. So find a target that's achievable for you based on current fitness levels. Yes, you want to overreach, stretch, but also what time permits. Tip number 2, and yes, about this lucky lady. Now you might have your own rocket, but you need to make sure you can get them on board. You got to tell them what you're planning. If you can't get them on board, you might as well just wrap your bangers in now. If you're single, keep living that dream, ladies and gentlemen, but you need your husband, wife, partner on board, because you're gonna be out on your bike a lot during this period. You're gonna be about as useful as a sack of potatoes off a bike, but remember, they're still going to make you do the dishes, they're still going to make you take the bins out. You can't have it all, ladies and gentlemen. Tip number 3, and this is huge for me: get a plan in place before you're going to do it. It's something less to think about. You can also, back to the wife husband thing, you can let them know what you're going to do each day, what time you're going to be home, etc., so they're not chewing your ear off. Get a plan in place, know what you're doing, just so that you've got a focus for each session and you're not just winging it day in, day out. And don't be afraid to change the plan. If it's your first ever time doing a training camp, doing high volume, don't be scared if you need to drop it back or change something. It's not set in stone. Tip number 4, leading on from the training plan. This is something I implement, building into the training week. So I don't jump straight in, do like a 6-7 hour day, because you're gonna be a shell the rest of the week. I might start with 3 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, build it up, and then when I've got more time at the weekend, that's when I can ramp it up a bit, get like a 4-hour ride in like today. Don't put yourself in a hole on day 1 because you're feeling fresh and motivated. Build into it. It's about the bigger picture this week, and getting to the end of the week, then you can be a shell. Tip number 5 and 6 are gonna contradict each other, but hear me out before you jump on the keyboard. Number 5 is train for it. Don't go from couch to 20-30 hour weeks. It's just stupid. What I done is 4 weeks ago I done like a 3-week build where I got a little bit more volume in, built up some endurance so that my body was ready for it, and then you can jump into these big weeks. Don't go from 0 to hero. You will regret it. I have tried. Tip number 6, don't come in with too much fatigue. Come in fresh. Now I know what you're thinking, Georgie boy, you just told me to train for this. Now what I mean by that is, I said I started this 4 weeks ago, done 3 weeks of training to prepare my body, and then I've done a week of really low volume, done an FTP test to check my zones, and just kept everything chill that week So I was fresh, recovered, ready to go. If you come into it and your fatigue's already through the roof, there's only one place it's gonna go. Trust me, it's downhill. You won't survive to the end, or you end up just getting ill, just being miserable throughout the whole block. It's meant to still be fun. Tip number 7, stick to your zones. I've done an FTP test before this to check my zones, get them dialed in, and then I know when I'm doing a zone 2 ride, this is the wattage I need to hold, this is what I need to stick to. Like in the past, I've gone out and done chain gangs and stuff when I'm meant to be doing zone 2, and it just creates so much fatigue that you're no good the next day. That is why I'm predominantly trying to do a lot of this training camp solo. As boring as it is, I can just get my headphones in, get my head down and focus on the efforts I need. Talking of sticking to my zones, time to get the head down and get some hours under the belt, because I haven't been looking at the power since I started this vlog. Chopper. Grim conditions, pretty much blown over, and the sun is peeking out, which is nice. But we're over 3.5 hours in now, 4 hours on the plan today, and I forgot to get the camera back out. Chopper, YouTuber. But that brings me on to tip number 8, rest days, putting them in there, planning them. In the past, I've been shocking at this, being self-coached. I want to ride all the time, want to be on my bikes, I love doing it, but you just keep building up this fatigue. And it's actually when you have the rest days, you get the adaptions, and also you feel better for like the next block of training. I got into a period a little while ago, because I commute to work by bike, I used to have a rest day, but I was still riding to work, riding home from work, and that's not really a rest day. I was just lying to myself. So now I do drive to work on the rest days, and I just try and take them more seriously rather than completely neglecting rest, because I want to get faster, I want to put as many hours in as I can and stuff like that. And it's hard to sometimes take time off stuff you love, and like I said, because I commute, it made it even worse. But rest days are full rest now. That is ride complete, a solid 4 hours, which brings me on to tip number 9, and it is fueling. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and say that my fueling is perfect and on point. Yes, I eat rubbish. Yes, I eat good stuff sometimes. But one mistake I did make last year and in previous years is when I've tried to do these like training camp style blocks where I really ramp up the volume, I've seen it as like an excuse to try and lose a couple of pounds, a kilo, etc, etc, because we're all obsessed with our power to weight ratio, as we are in cycling.
I'm not.
And the Rocket's not. Rocket don't care. She's bulking, baby bulking. And in all honesty, it has put me in a massive hole, absolute shell city. And you know, you just get in that frame of mind, you're like, oh, I'm burning so many calories, I'm going to try and cut the calories, but you just don't fuel your sessions and you feel absolutely wrecked. But I've got a protein shake that, this is actually one of the Velo Forte ones. I'll get the Rocket to do a taste test, because she does not like protein shakes unless they're like in a smoothie. That is just like milk protein powder. Also, we're heading out for food today. I'm treating the Rocket. Look, I've got some mini eggs, crunchy, it's Mother's Day tomorrow. Look, baby Coppola. So I'm doing a bump to mummy for the Rocket. I've got her a candle, 2 little baby grows, mini eggs, and a Easter egg. The Rocket wanted to do a me and the Rocket on this channel taste test every Easter egg.
Not every Easter
Yeah,
egg.
I said that is not relevant. We watched a lady on YouTube the other day do a taste test of Easter eggs. Yes, we're sad. But I said that's not relevant to my channel. You guys would probably love that, actually. But yeah, just fueling. And what I have been doing this year, tracking my calories, tracking what I burn, just to make sure I'm eating enough, not under fueling, and also tracking my weight each day to make sure that I haven't dropped in weight. That could be like not hydrating well enough, etc, etc. But I'm now going to take the baby mama out for some lunch to the bakery. We're going to have toasties and cakes and coffee, decaf for the rocket, because the baby don't want that. Let's get the rocket to do a taste test on this. Let me try it first, because I'll tell you if the rocket will like it or not.
Yeah, don't make me drink something, make me feel a bit sick.
No, the rocket won't like that. No, let's see what you think. So this is...
It's been ages since I've had a protein shake. Cause
vanilla and Madagascar.
I used to make a protein shake for breakfast every day, and then when I got pregnant, it literally made me sick. But my protein shake would be vanilla protein powder, spinach, peanut butter and banana.
Yeah, the rocket puts all the extras in. This is just soy milk. I don't normally have soya. And to get a good sip, come on. So Velo Forte, what don't you like about it?
Great.
Oh, the rocket. See, I like to put the rocket's review in because she doesn't care.
The thing is, that's why when I have, when I used to, cause protein shakes are grainy. So when I used to make them, I'd do it in the Nutri-Brillet. So it like you blend it in with like a banana or peanut butter to like take away the taste. But then it like really properly blends it up, because if you do it in just a handshake, I
don't know. That tastes decent though. It's a little bit.
The taste of it's not bad. It's the texture.
Well, I actually quite like it, to be fair. It's like my vegan one.
Target market for that.
The rocket's not the target market. Right, let's go have cakes and toasties for Happy Mother's Day to any mothers. Whoa. Happy bump day. Go on, girl, that's a whopper. Keep your mouth round that. The fuel of gods. Rocket's got Biscoff cake. Look at that.
Ginger and Biscoff.
Ginger and Biscoff cake. Almond croissant, of course. So, obviously, when I said I was tracking, it's loosely, because I don't know what the bakery put in that, but me and the Rocket do a guesstimate, don't we? How is it? Do a taste test for us, Rocket. You get pure honesty on this channel from the Rocket.
I wanted to get a photo.
Alright, she wants to get a photo. No taste test.
Well, I will, but then I can't.
Oh, she'll do it in a bit. But we're going to get on to tip number 10, and I'm banding this one into 2 bits, and it is sleep and recovery. So a lot of people probably see that I get up super early and train. It's because that's when I'm awake. I have been focusing on sleep a lot. I go up to bed at 8 o'clock. Yes, I'm 30 years old, not a child. Rocket, how do you feel about the 8 o'clock bedtime?
To be fair, at the moment I am tired by like...
You're enjoying it, aren't you?
No, I am ready to go to sleep by like 9. Like my eyes are shutting. But what I don't like is that we keep waking up at 3 or 4 a.m.
She reckons she's had too much sleep because she's gone to bed too early. But I've been really focusing on that, like getting to bed 8 o'clock. I'll put sleep mask on. The Rocket goes on her phone or does whatever, read books. I just get in bed, go to sleep. And it's massively helped me because I'm like getting up early, doing my training, and it's just been working. That's my main source of recovery. And also, like,
try this.
Oh,
That's some ice in there.
That's delectable, isn't it? That's unreal, unbelievable, Jeff. But also, twice each week, the Rocket's been making me do yoga with her. I'm as stiff as a plank at the moment, aren't I? I just don't enjoy doing it because it's horrible, but I know I should. So like my main thing is prioritising sleep. Sleep, because that's what helps me recover. And the Rocket tells me I've got bags under my eyes all the time, so I need to sort them out. Right, let's eat this afternoon. We need to clean bike. Gym session for session 2 of the day. We're watching this thing on Netflix. I was watching Triathlon Dan, but the Rocket is not interested in triathlon. I'm not myself actually, but I like watching his training. So Netflix and then gym time. That is a big day of training complete. I hope some of my top 10 tips helped you out, but remember, most importantly, if you're not enjoying it and having fun, don't bother. I've got a brain cell missing, and I enjoy like going out, pushing myself to the limit and seeing how good I can get on a bike. It's not for everyone, but you've got to make sure whatever you do commit to, you're having fun. Isn't that right, Rocket? Eating cakes.
You've got something on your forehead.
Oh, got something on your forehead. Is it gone?
It's like a black spot.
Alright, I've got a spot. Right, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in part 3 where we start ramping up even more volume on the training camp.